Okay, so you've been there, right? You offer to help an aging parent or a loved one, and what do you get? A firm no. It can be so confusing and honestly pretty frustrating. But what if that no isn't just about being stubborn? Today we're going to get into what's really going on behind that resistance.
Ah, that phrase, "No, I'm fine." We've all heard it, haven't we? It's polite, but it's also a total shutdown. It feels like hitting a brick wall. But what if this isn't the end of the conversation? What if it's actually just the beginning? That's the real question, isn't it? What's really hiding inside that little two-letter word? Because that no is packed with meaning. It's a signal, a piece of communication that tells a much, much deeper story about fear, control, and wanting to hold on to dignity. To really get a handle on this, we can't just talk about theories. We've got to see how this plays out in a real person's life, with real emotions. So let's talk about Mrs. Alvarez. Her daughter just wanted to help, but week after week when she offered to bring groceries, she got the exact same answer. No, I'm fine. This captures that dynamic so many of us know. And you see, Mrs. Alvarez wasn't just being difficult. She was trying to communicate something really important through that refusal.
And this right here, this is probably the biggest mind shift in this whole explainer. Resistance isn't a character flaw. It's a form of communication. When our loved ones say no to help, they are signaling something to us, something we just need to learn how to decode.
That refusal is almost never about just one thing. It's usually a whole mix of really powerful feelings and challenges. It could be a deep fear of losing independence, that feeling that if they accept help once, they're on a slippery slope to losing control. Or it could be cognitive. Maybe the offer itself is confusing, or maybe it brings up a bad memory of a time when care felt rushed or disrespectful. So what should you be looking for? It's all about the patterns. That immediate, knee-jerk, "I'm fine," that just cuts the conversation dead. Or the small no that slowly grows into a no for everything. Or maybe you've seen this one, where they agree with you, but then just don't do it. These aren't just random quirks. They are clear signals that they need predictability and a sense of control. Okay, so how do we make sense of all these signals? Well, there's this really simple but powerful tool from a field called applied behavior analysis. It's a way to see the pattern behind the behavior, not just the behavior itself. It's called the ABC loop, and it's pretty straightforward. A is for antecedent. What happens right before they say no? Think about your tone, the time of day, how you worded the question. B is the behavior. That's the no itself. And C is the consequence. What happens right after? Do you get frustrated and argue, or do you back off and retreat? And this right here is the heart of it. If the consequence of them saying no is that the pressure goes away, giving them instant relief, then for them, the no worked. Without even realizing it, we might be accidentally reinforcing the very behavior we're trying to change.
All right, so if just pushing back isn't the answer, what is? Well, we need a new toolkit, one that's focused on changing the antecedents and the consequences, instead of just fighting a head-on battle with the behavior.
First up, offer choices, not a simple yes or no question. Asking, "Do you want help with groceries?" is just begging for a no. Instead, try offering two good options. Should I bring groceries by now, or would after lunch be better? It's such a simple shift, but it hands back a little bit of that control and can totally change the whole dynamic.
Number 2, you got to change how you ask. That's the antecedent. Timing is everything, right? Asking when they're already tired or confused is like trying to have a serious talk in the middle of a hurricane. Instead, just wait. Ask after you've had a nice moment together. Use a softer tone. It just reduces that feeling of being pressured.
Third, try pairing the task with something they actually enjoy. Saying, "It's time for me to help you," sounds like a command. Instead, try bundling it with something pleasant. "Hey, let's have a nice cup of tea, and then we can water the plants together." It turns a chore into a shared, collaborative moment.
And finally, this one is huge. Validate their feelings. Arguing with them just builds higher walls. Instead, try saying something like, "I hear you. It sounds like you don't want help right now." Just acknowledging their position without judging them lowers their defenses and, most importantly, keeps the door open. It shows respect. Now, I know what a lot of you might be thinking. It's a really common question. The instinct is, well, if they're resisting, maybe I just need to push a little harder. But honestly, the answer is almost always no. Pushing harder usually just makes them dig their heels in more, reinforcing their need to refuse. So the key takeaway here is that it's not about increasing the pressure. It's about changing your approach. It's about being smarter, not louder.
And that really gets to the ultimate goal here. This isn't about winning a battle or just checking a task off a list. It's about shifting the entire dynamic from one of resistance to one of connection. It's about finding a way to help that truly honors their dignity.
So let's reframe this one more time. Resistance isn't a challenge you have to conquer. It's a call for a different kind of help. Help that feels predictable, not chaotic. Help that is respectful, not demanding. Help that aligns with the person they still see themselves as.
And here's the really hopeful part. When we, as caregivers, respond not with frustration, but with curiosity, not with pressure, but with structure and choices, something amazing starts to happen. Those firm refusals, they often begin to soften, and real, genuine cooperation starts to grow in their place.
So I'll leave you with this thought to chew on. The next time you hear that no, what if you don't see it as a barrier? What if, instead, you see it as an invitation? An invitation to listen a little deeper, to approach things a little more thoughtfully, and to connect in a way that truly matters.